Why is history important? Imagine that you just woke up today and you don't remember what happened yesterday or anything before yesterday. Or even if you remember, you only remember the last 24 hours. That's it. You don't remember anything else. You know what can be said about you? It could be said you don't know who you are. Isn't that true? If you only remember the last 24 hours, then you don't really know who you are. The entire ummah, the entire Muslim world, was described by the Prophet ﷺ like one body. You know the hadith? This ummah is like a jasad, like one body. So it's like one person. And if that one person only remembers the last 24 hours, they don't really know who they are, isn't it? So if the ummah doesn't remember its own history, if we don't know, if we don't understand our own past, then it's almost as though we have no sense of identity. We don't really have a clear sense of identity. Studying our book, studying Quran, this is my last comment now, studying the Quran isn't actually just about studying tafsir. Isn't just about studying Arabic. Just about studying the vocabulary of the words and what the ulama said. Studying the Quran teaches you what other things you have to learn. The Quran will highlight areas of knowledge, areas of awareness that you have to build in yourself. Not only the book, but the book will make you aware of other things that are valuable. It's incredible. A alim one time asked me, it was sitting together, a bunch of ulama, and I was the only one who was not a alim. And he asked me, why do you think Allah talks about Fir'aun so much? I mean, every ayah of the Quran is supposed to be guidance for the believer. Why are we listening to Fir'aun? Fir'aun talks a lot in the Quran. You know that? He talks a lot. He's like, why do we have to listen to Fir'aun? You know? And everything he did and how he walked and how he talked. And I was like, listen, you have to understand the genius of evil politicians. You have to. If you're going to live in this world, you have to understand politics and you have to understand the best of it. And Fir'aun was a genius evil politician. And you have to study how he operated. Because he's not the only one. There's going to be lots of Fir'auns after him. And if you understand him, you'll understand all of them. You'll be able to navigate with them. You'll be able to deal with them. This is valuable guidance. Through this, you will understand the corruption of, regimes, dictators. You'll be able to understand them. So everything in the Quran has value and it gives value to things on the outside. And today's lesson is the value in understanding and studying history. Young people here are doing their degrees. They're doing medicine, they're doing engineering, they're doing accounting, and one student says, I'm going to study history. And their parents say, what? What are you going to do with history? Well, who's going to give you a job? Where are you going to go to work? Where are you going to get employed? History doesn't pay the bills. Don't study history. So we took our smartest kids, our smartest men and women, and we made them doctors. We made them engineers. We made them programmers. We made them architects. And we did not care to make them what? Historians, political scientists, sociologists, anthropologists, psychologists. No. And you know what? As a nation, we decided an entire generation of people should just be workers. We're just workers. I mean, a doctor, with all due respect to doctors, is skilled labor. It's labor. You're a laborer. You're specialized, but you're still laboring. And an architect is still a laborer, a work in a specialized field. Who's doing the thinking on behalf of this ummah? Who's thinking on behalf of this ummah? Who's restoring our identity as an ummah? The best of our minds are not being used because they're too busy doing other things. I want you to study this and study that. And the sad thing is if you ask, why are you studying this? Why are you in this career? You know what the answer is most of the time? Number one answer, my parents told me. Number two answer, it's a good job. That's it. So the only legacy we're leaving for our next generation is the most important thing in your life is looking for a good job. I'm not against getting a good job. By the way, get a good job. I'm all for it. But you know what? The world needs more than just people that make money and one or two careers. I would argue if I had it my way, historians would be, and historians and theologians and people that are studying psychology and sociology, they would be the highest paid professors. They'd be the highest paid researchers, in my opinion. Because they're the people who impact how society operates. You know, they give direction to society. And if they have an Islamic mindset, man, they can bring a lot of good to the world. So even if, for the young people here that are studying, while you're studying accounting, mashallah, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, on the side, take as many history courses as you can. Learn as much about other things as you can. Things that actually, you know, make you a refined human being, a deeper thinker. You know, learn sociology. It's an important subject. There's a lot of sociology in the Quran. There's a lot of psychology in the Quran. There's a lot of political science in the Quran. And somebody says, no, but I want to be a doctor because there's embryology in the Quran. Yeah, in like 1 or 2 ayat, there's some reference to it, but it's not at the heart of it. At the heart of it is human engagement, you know? So these humanities, they are important and we have to restore them from the Islamic perspective. This is a critical thing. And of course, history is at the center of that. With that reminder, I conclude, inshallah ta'ala. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you benefited. I'd like to encourage you to actually embark on a comprehensive journey into the Quran. I've done a video translation and explanation of the entire Quran. It's called Quran Cover to Cover. I'd like you to check it on Al-Bayyinah TV. Just do a little bit of it every day, and before you know it, you'll have gone through the entire Quran in translation with me. Hope you can take part. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.